1982 wasn't just big hair and bigger hits. It was a traffic jam of hooks where too many great bands got pushed off the road. Tonight we rewind to that year and rescue 15 forgotten pop bands who deserved way more love. No megastars, no heard it a million times anthems. We're talking sleek synths, jangle guitars, neon heartbreak, the kind of songs you swear you remember from a mixtape, but can't place until the chorus hits. In 3 tight rounds, 15 to 11, 10 to 6, and the final 5 to 1, we'll spotlight one signature track from each band, share the quick backstory, and show why these records should have lived on your radio, not just in the crates. As you watch, ask yourself, which of these would have been a top 10 if the timing, or the label, had been different? Which name sparks a memory of a friend's cassette, a late-night TV performance, or a song that made you hit rewind? Drop your own 1982 deep cuts in the comments, tell me who we missed, and hit subscribe if you want more lost but glorious pop history. Ready? Let's give these bands the love they earned, starting at number 15. Think of a rainy Glasgow bus stop at 10 p.m., sodium lights, hearts in purgatory, and a drum machine that sounds like it's keeping secrets. That's On Our Honeymoon, the Wake's first single from 1982, pre-factory, pre-cult legacy, a small 7-inch that still feels like a doorway into a bigger world. Proof that some songs don't age, they simply wait for us to catch up. If you first heard this today with no date attached, would you place it in 1982 or swear it was a brand new indie release?
Hey Pop Lore family! Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
Picture Liverpool in early '82. The Zoo Records era is ending, but one more spark is about to fly. Revolutionary Spirit is that spark, the lone Wild Swan single on Zoo, produced and drummed by Pete de Freitas of Echo and the Bunnymen. It's elegant and weightless, like a cathedral built from reverb and resolve. Listeners swear it's the last single Zoo ever issued, a myth that matches how the record sounds, like a beautiful farewell. Peel loved it. Collectors chased it for decades. If Revolutionary Spirit had a bigger label push, it's hard not to imagine a top 40 glimpse. If not in '82, then in the Britpop afterglow. Do you hear a classic that got away, or a cult treasure that stayed exactly where it belongs? York's sleekest synth-pop export cut a postcard to a city most of us only knew from cinema. Paris is one day away is all glossy keys and yearning, a travel brochure for the heart. It didn't crack the top 40, but it climbed to number 42 in June 1982, close enough to smell the croissants, and even earned the band a top of the pops slot. What makes it stick is the melody's gentle lift, the way the chorus tilts its chin toward tomorrow. You can hear the bridge between new wave fashion and straight-up popcraft. Question for you, which modern act would you pair with this on a playlist? M83, CHV Archies, or A Flock of Seagulls? New York trio, all synths, no filler. By 1982, they'd moved from underground buzz, lawn chairs, to a full album, Moving Windows, and Elevate Her is the track where their circuitry warms into pure pop. The rhythm is tight and rubbery. The hook lands like a neon sign turning on at dusk. It's right there on side A of the LP, and it also spun out as a 12-inch, dance floor friendly without losing the band's minimalist edge. If you love the line that runs from OMD to Information Society, this sits neatly on that shelf. Which cut from Moving Windows would you cue next after this one? Auto Music, Love Machine, or Paris? Montreal's rational youth wrote synth-pop that felt like a map, grids, borders, Cold War shadows, and Saturdays in Silesia is their anthem. Released in 1982 from the debut album Cold War Night Life, it's both catchy and uncanny, a dance track staring across the Iron Curtain. The bass sequence pulses like a train under fluorescent lights. The chorus opens a window onto places you've never been, but somehow miss. This one even jumped formats and found a second life with early computer music heads, because a great arpeggio travels. If you discovered it today, would you file it next to Depeche Mode deep cuts, or give it its own sacred corner? Vancouver in '82 felt like a sci-fi city. Neon, rain, and a studio scene quietly getting world class. Strange Advance bottle that mood on She Controls Me. A sleek pulse, ice-cool vocals, and a chorus that moves like headlights on wet asphalt. The track anchors their debut album Worlds Away, produced by Bruce Fairbairn, a name that would soon become a studio legend. Those airy backing vocals? That's a young Bryan Adams adding extra shimmer. One of those, wait really? Credits you only notice on the sleeve. Why it deserved more love. In a year obsessed with UK new romantic gloss, these Canadians delivered something widescreen and cinematic. Less catwalk, more midnight freeway. If this had landed with a bigger push in the US, would it sit next to a flock of seagulls on every Best of '82 playlist? When you hear that Bryan Adams cameo, can you spot it? Or does it just feel like the record got 10% bigger? If you grew up on mixtapes, this is that one song where the verse already feels like a chorus. Cry Boy Cry is precision-engineered pop, plaintive vocal, chiming synths, and a lift that won't quit. It's also the band's lone top 40 brush, peaking at number 13 in the UK in October 1982, one of those nearly a classic moments that history often misfiles. Produced by Tim Fries-Green, yes, the future studio architect of Talk Talk's evolution, the single later anchored Blue Zoo's debut album, 2x2, proof that earworms can be artful. A neon postcard from the Edge. Nowhere Girl first surfaced in 1980, then returned in 1982 as a newly polished single that made a modest chart dent, number 67 in the UK, number 20 in Sweden, before living an immortal second life on dance floors and late-night radio. The lyric is a cool-to-the-touch portrait of alienation, and the production, recut with Steve Brown, turns that mood into motion. Years later, the band re-recorded it again, proof that some songs refuse to close their own chapter. Why it deserved more love. Synth pop often gets judged by hooks alone. This one adds atmosphere you can almost see. If you love blue hour tracks, songs that sound like the city exhaling, this is your cornerstone. Which version is your definitive take? The 1982 single or the later album re-recording? This video is sponsored by the Lore Store on Amazon, your one-stop shop for music lovers across reggae, rock, pop, and hip-hop. We built it for real listeners who don't want to dig through 1,000 listings to find the right gear. Inside the Lore Store, you'll find 5 aisles. VIP, top, battle-tested essentials. Headphones, turntables, speakers, gig-safe earplugs, smart speakers. Reggae vibe, roots and lovers. Rock made easy, automatic decks, warm bookshelf speakers, vinyl care. Rock lore, classic rock must-haves, open back cans, simple amps, living room concert vibes. Pop lore, feel-good everyday setups, clean, clear speakers, easy streaming, nostalgia-friendly picks. Hip-hop must-haves, punchy bass without the muddle, closed-back headphones and living room systems that handle low-end, plus a rotating crate of old album vinyl if you're rebuilding a 60s-90s collection. Every product page tells you who it's for, 3 pros, 1 con, and why we picked it. So you can choose with confidence. Flying soon? Check. VIP for noise canceling that tames plane roar. Mostly listening at home? Try open-back headphones that let live albums breathe. Want instant gratification vinyl? Our fully automatic turntable is 1 button from silence to music, and the record cleaning kit knocks down crackle so the bass tightens up. Headed to shows? Grab high-fidelity earplugs. Hands-free at home? Our smart speaker picks let you say, play 70s reggae or classic pop, and you're there. Deal alert! If you use the link in the description, you'll land on our curated picks with current best available Amazon pricing and active discounts where applicable. Prices change, so buy now to lock in today's deal. Tap the link in the description, pick your aisle, grab a favorite, and tell me which category you want me to build next. The Lore Store. Listen better, with gear that gets out of the way and lets the music live. China Crisis debuted with a quiet manifesto, elegant, thoughtful, and rhythm-forward. African and White arrived first on Liverpool Indie Inevitable, then a remixed Virgin reissue nudged it into the UK charts at number 45 in August '82, and onto their debut LP that November. What stands out isn't just the hook, it's the restraint. The band leaves space between the bass line and those glassy keys, and that space makes the chorus land harder. Why It Deserved More Love. Among 1982's shiny singles, this one carried ideas about arrangement, about tone, about how pop could breathe. It's the doorway to everything they'd perfect on Christian a few months later. If you were sequencing the album, would you open Difficult Shapes and Passive Rhythms with this track, or save it for the side A climax?
Really ever know, we all run the risk of.
It's the doorway to everything they'd perfect on Christian a few months later. If you were sequencing the album, would you open Difficult Shapes and Passive Rhythms with this track, or save it for the side A climax? Here's the near miss that still feels like a hit. Is It a Dream peaked at number 11 in spring 1982, just outside the magic number but etched into memory for anyone who heard Sal Solo's Tremor ride those synth swells. It's the emotional center of La Vérité, where the band thread new romantic drama through a melody built for big rooms. You can hear why this was their signature UK moment, urgent, glossy, and somehow just human enough to sting. Why It Deserved More Love. Because a number 11 this towering should live in the same breath as the year's canonical smashes. Tilt history a little, and this is a top 5. Do you rank Is It a Dream above or below Guilty in the Classix Nouveaux canon, and why?
Could you be the girl I really love? All the people tell me so.
San Diego pop with a perfect sugar rush. This single should have been a summer smash in 1982. A clean guitar jangle, a pre-chorus that climbs like a roller coaster, and a chorus that refuses to leave your head.
Be the one I'm thinking of. Could you be the girl I really love?
It did make noise, peaking at number 59 on the Billboard Hot 100 the week of July 3rd, 1982, and even reached number 20 on Billboard's Rock Top Tracks chart. But without a follow-up hit, the band slipped into cult status, leaving this one glorious postcard behind.
Sleep. Maybe we're just holding on to something that'll soon be gone.
Why It Deserved More Love. Because it's built like the A side of a mixtape. Energetic, tight, and emotionally clear in under 4 minutes. If this dropped today from a new indie band, do you hear it as a viral song of the summer? Or is it too classic for the algorithm? San Francisco minimal jangle, big feelings. Producer David Kahn keeps the edges sharp. That opening riff sounds slightly off-axis, then the chorus explodes with pure melody. It tore up US college radio in 1982, but never crossed over, becoming one of those should-have-been Classix musicians rave about. Fun bit of pop lore. The Lennon tribute story you may have heard is a myth. Translator's memorial to John was a different song, Everywhere. Why it deserved more love? Because it hits a rare balance. Lean post-punk bones with a pop heart. The kind of track that could have sat between The Police and Marshall Crenshaw on 82 playlists. Where do you file this? New wave, jangle pop, or just perfect guitar pop? Bobby Orlando's New York factory of hooks at full shine. 3 voices, 1 neon earworm, a mall pop snapshot with a dead simple storyline. No more coins, no more heartbreak. The single lives on the Flirts' 1982 debut 10 a Dance and cracked the US dance chart's top 30, proof that the underground club world knew a hit when it heard one. Why it deserved more love? Because MTV Ready Pop, that's this lean and catchy, should have had a broader radio life. It's basically a short film you can sing. Which modern artist could flip this into a 2025 TikTok anthem without losing the 82 charm? Raga pop on the UK charts. Sitar-colored textures, Sheila Chandra's luminous vocal, and a rhythm that dances between London and the subcontinent. First released in 1981, then reissued in spring 1982, it surged to number 12 on the official UK singles chart and stayed there long enough to feel inevitable. It's the sound of pop becoming global, years before that became a marketing plan. Why it deserved more love? Because it opened a door, showing how Indian instrumentation and Western pop could meet as equals, not novelties.
Hey, Pop Lore family! Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
A widescreen anthem from Australia that feels like heat haze and horizon. Eva Davies layers Prophet 5 synths over a steady pulse and writes about country and time, not slogans, but images. Released August 9th, 1982, it became a national touchstone, peaking at number 5 on Australia's singles chart, and later echoing through film and culture because great songs travel with people. Why it deserved more love worldwide? Because the lyric sense of place is universal, and the production is timeless. Space, texture, and a hook that sneaks up rather than shouts. If you're hearing this for the first time today, does it feel like 1982 or like it could have been released last week? The journey doesn't end here, pop lovers. Watch this next.